Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Hippy Chronicles, man. Today's episode is sponsored by Torch Sweetos. Who else we got, man? We just got a whole bunch of new sponsors. Sundranch Farms, Phoenician Fine Cannabis, the one and only Herban Cannassieur, My Weed Club, and Tico Bioceuticals. If you ain't up to date with any one of them, the links are below. Make sure you follow them. At least check them out. I'm talking about, we got things from merchandise to cannabis to plant food. So, you know what I'm saying? we got it all, and we just added. Today's guest, man, the face isn't a new face. It's familiar to y'all, man. We got my guy Kyle in the building. Actually, we in his domain today. The last time, if y'all familiar, we had him in the studio, but there, you know, I didn't feel like we did my guy some the proper justice he deserved, and I ain't talking like bro was in trouble. I mean, like, we did not give him the proper hippie life treatment that he deserves. So, you know, we're here today to really get to know my guy. You know, just talking to him a little bit prior to this, he kind of gave me even more ammo for today's show. So, you know, we're going to talk cannabis. We're going to talk New York. We're going to talk sales for any salesmen, saleswomen out there. Because I know sales is a tough game to I don't want to say master, but there are some sales masters out there. Yeah. But even just to get dangerous, that takes work. So maybe I can get some gems for y'all. So without further ado, man, kick back, relax, get something rolled up. Today we going volcano style, and without further ado, let's get it, man.
We have some hippies out there, and 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 hippies out there.
All right, man. So, Kyle, how you doing? The Herban Cannassieur.
My brother, I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. Any day above ground is an amazing day. I feel like that's what I really try to promote, you know, to people. Is like, man, you woke up, right?
Right.
There's opportunity.
Man, I had to drink to that. I had to drink to that because I was, he's right, man. Even with all the struggles, you know, that you may have, all the obstacles, you know, life might not be going your way right now. Like, the best thing is you have the opportunity to change it, right? You woke up this morning with a, you know, clear head with thoughts, and now you have the ability to brainstorm, kick back, you know, and come up with some solutions to whatever your problems may be. So for me, that's always a plus. Even when life is like at its absolute lowest, you know, I like to take some time to really kind of get grounded and just say like, what am I gonna do? Like, instead of like, oh, life is, it's over for me, bro. I'm, you know, because like,
why did they do that?
Why did they do this to me? Like, right now, I'm in the midst of like trying to find me a new spot to stay, you know, and like, you know, every day is like, at first it was like, fuck, bro, like, I ain't really got nothing right now. Where am I gonna live right now? You know, because like being a upcoming business, you know, entrepreneur,
absolutely,
a lot of our ends are tied into the business. Some of us would damn near lose the crib to be successful in the business. You feel me? Sleeping in that whip. Unfortunately, I ain't got a whip, and I don't know any Lyft or Uber drivers that would let me sleep in there. But
Yo, but at the same time, there's always like, I like to say there's light at the end of that tunnel. You know, like I was telling you that story. I moved here 15 years ago. I had my last check from Enterprise. I worked at Enterprise. I had my last check. They said, you know what? Kyle, you could transfer the job out there. I was like, nah, fuck y'all. I hate this job. I hate y'all.
Yeah, little do y'all know, y'all the reason why I'm moving, damn it.
Keep this shit. And I just came on a leap of faith. My parents came out here, my sister came out here, and it was just like, if I don't leave now, I'm never gonna leave. I'm gonna be here forever. So like, why don't I try something new? Yep. Take a leap of faith, see what's going on. If not, I could always come back to New York. Yeah. You know, so I came here, no whip, no house. I was with my mom and dad for like 2 years. Right. But what I got right was my soul, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? I got my head right, and I wasn't on some woe is me shit. I was on some like, bro, like this is an opportunity. Like, how can we get it? How can we get it?
It's like a fresh start. Yeah, in a sense, right?
Meditating, working out, and just getting the confidence in myself. Yeah. And once I had all that together, bro, there's nothing that stopped me ever. Like, I just went, and I just kept knocking down doors because of the confidence, because of me believing in myself. You know, I feel like that's an angle that a lot of people need to approach, is kind of like, you know, yourself. Like, find your inner strength. And when those tough times come, that's when you go within and you find that inner strength, and you'll muster up some shit. You'll be surprised, man.
Right. So, like, growing up a lot, right, especially, like, being an athlete and stuff, you always hear the term, like, pressure creates diamonds, right? And, like, I used to be like, bullshit, bro. Bullshit, because I'm not feeling shiny right now. I don't feel like I'm shining at all, my boy. But as of late, man, you know, because I've been really contemplating it. A lot of people know who I am, but a lot of people don't know who I am, what I've come from. You feel me? Like, a lot of people just see this happy-go-lucky dude getting free product to review and shit, but a lot of people don't know, like, all the trials and tribulations I had to go through just to get in this position. And I'm not even just talking about the cannabis industry. I'm just talking about in life, bro. So just thinking about that, you know, because I was talking to my pops the other day.
Yeah.
And just...
That shit going.
Oh shit, okay. Okay.
We got plenty of tree to go around, bro.
I was talking to Pops the other day, really just talking about, you know, what I'm just experiencing right now, just some personal shit. And he's like, bro, like this ain't nothing, son. Like, he's like, bro, like listen, it like just started going down memory lane about some of the shit I went through, and he's like, you're still here, you're still sober. The fact that you're still sober, like you didn't even take a drink, you didn't even go in and do and reverting back to your old ways. Like he's like, you gotta be like amazed with that, and like I had to take a moment to really soak that all in, right? Because like, yeah, bro, like not drinking, I know I'm not drinking, like yeah, it's cool, but like really to sit back, because I don't like thinking about the shit I'm going through, bro. You know how it is.
We on forward motion, we
move forward. We don't sit still and soak in it, because then we become what we think, right?
Exactly.
So, that's why, bro, like every time I run into you is love, bro. Like you definitely got some good gems, some good, positive, uplifting words of encouragement, man. And sometimes like people just need that, especially a brother like me, man, that feels like, you know, I'm gonna be a little vulnerable with you here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like I hear that shit enough. You feel me? And like I don't necessarily want to say that like we need to be driven off of other people's approval, but it's nice to hear somebody else other than yourself say like, bro, I see what you're doing. I'm proud of you. I recognize that. So like, I want to make sure I tell you, bro, because like even just with the conversation we had about, you know, the little tribulations you went through recently, you know, getting down to the grind, the conversation we had to make this podcast happen, bro, like that takes a lot of, I know y'all, you New Yorkers move differently, bro, but like sometimes us West Coast niggas need that. You feel me? Like we need that like straight up front with you, like this is what I'm feeling, this is how it is, because a lot of niggas just really want to sugarcoat shit and act like shit's cool.
And they be really talking crazy behind your back, you know, like,
or just let that shit build up to the point to where they become so spiteful and hateful and just got something stupid to say about every little thing you're doing. And like, I got so much respect and love for you, bro, that, you know, we were able to keep it cordial and keep it respectful. And you honestly brought me down a little bit to realization, because I was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't feel like, you know, after I sat back and thought, like I wasn't doing as much as I could for our people. You feel me? Like our people need, you know, we could use each other.
Absolutely.
You know, to build each other, because
build each other up.
I saw some crazy shit the other day, like somebody hating on Black Cannabis Magazine. And I'm like, why are you hating on Black Cannabis Magazine because it's black, because it has the word Black cannabis? I'm like, bro, cannabis is majority white. It's being promoted. Just because it doesn't say white cannabis, we all know it's owned by the white man.
Let's go into it. You know what I mean? Like, let's go into it. And first of all, thank you. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, because, you know, I got mad love for you. Anyone who knows me, you know, I love all people, but I have mad love for us. I know the struggle, bro. I've been there. Where you at right now? Trying to figure shit out?
Yeah.
I've been there. You know, and this is wisdom right here. I'm 41.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some shit. I've been in those dark places, you know, but it takes people to talk to you and tell you, like, yo, you're on the right path. Right. You know what I mean? You're doing the right shit. Like, if I could go back, I wish I could be in your shoes to you have the right mind state of like, yo, I want to build up my own shit. And you're doing a great job of getting your brand out there. You know what I mean? And like really pressing the line, because like when I turn on my feed, I be like, oh shit, Hippy Chronicles, Jordan. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But like when it comes back to it, like let's get really into this cannabis deal. And like I think that's really where I come in. I feel like there's an educational piece that a lot of people are missing, right?
Right.
Cannabis was a huge part of American pharmaceuticals, bro. Like way back. We talking like 20s, 30s. You know what I mean? 100 years ago or so. You know.
I'm pretty sure cocaine was too.
It was. It was.
Like,
Coca-Cola.
we don't encourage that. But
Coca-Cola was really
them
that
days was wild back then.
Coca-Cola really had that thing in it.
Yeah.
But like, we really had medicine that was in the pharmacy with cannabis in it, right?
Yep.
It wasn't until, and shout out my brown brothers, my Mexican people, till that Mexican Revolution, and then Mexican people started coming over the border, right?
Right.
They started to work here, you know, and as they're working here, the workers are smoking bud.
Yeah.
And that spread around our country. So that spread from Mexico, then that went around the country. And then you had jazz artists using it, smoking weed. Then, of course, other people started to indulge, right? So that is really where it became illegal.
Right.
Because then a guy by the name of Harry Anslinger, who was a drug czar, basically DEA, the head of what would be the DEA now,
Right.
you know, said, look, nah, they smoking this shit, they fucking our women. It always comes down to women, like,
Yeah.
you know, so like, and it's these Mexican and black people, and they're dangerous. So then they started a propaganda campaign, you know, and then, you know, they're talking about this. That's when they started, what is it, Reefer Madness? Y'all ever seen that shit?
Reefer Madness was crazy.
Yeah, if y'all ain't seen Reefer Madness,
Go down
pull
that.
that shit up on YouTube, roll a fatty, and laugh your ass off. This is the most propaganda shit that would never happen when you smoke weed.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It's off the wall, bro. Some of the shit they were saying is like, what the fuck? Who came up with these studies? I need to know, because that shit is off the wall. I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for that to happen.
yeah, so we were demonized. Black and brown people, especially black and brown men, demonized because of that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's illegal. If you go back thousands of years, motherfuckers were using that shit in, for example, in India. They have a holiday. It's called Shivaratri for their Lord Shiva. He loves cannabis.
Really?
He would
That's tight.
smoke cannabis because it took him into higher states of consciousness for meditation. That's what they say. So every year they have this holiday. You heard about, I know you've heard this word bang come out of India.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a weed tea, like a weed drink.
Yeah.
On that certain day, they drink that and they get high for Shiva.
Okay, so
So
like,
we're going back thousands of years. This shit, we been here. People been using it. You know, my dad sent me an article the other day from some 1700s excavation. They pull out these bones and they found out there's THC in them. Motherfuckers was getting high.
yeah.
Bro, there's like, when you go back, you see that this plant has a relationship with mankind for thousands, probably maybe even longer than that, maybe millions of years.
Like, bro, we got the cannabinoid system in our body, so
Bingo.
I would imagine like it had to have been here as long as man, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like if we're going like the religious route,
Yeah.
didn't God make all the plants?
So that's where we come back to it. And as I start to get older, probably my late teens, my 20s, I'm like, why y'all demonizing? It's a plant. Shit grows. But you realize, like what I just said, thousands of years ago, they believe that it takes you into higher states of consciousness. They call it getting high. When you think about, when you get high, you start seeing things from all different angles. You start asking questions. Some people get a problem, they go down the rabbit hole, start going crazy. You know what I mean? But it just opens your mind up to a different space. And I don't think that's necessarily something that is wanted here. Now our country's in a place where we're so broke that, what we gonna do? Sell drugs?
We're gonna sell weed,
and
we're gonna get this debt.
Exactly. Baby. And then what else we gonna do? We gonna allow motherfuckers to gamble. Like, so that's the space that we're in. Like,
gotta go to the casino. To
Yeah.
do it. Let's just give them the power to do it from their phone. We need the money.
But the problem is, for me, is just that, to bring it all back full circle, our people have been demonized for this, right?
Yeah.
There's still people in jail, sitting there,
So I just
while
saw
people
this.
making billions.
I don't know if you saw on the Last Prisoner Project, they just posted something on their page the other day about Joe Biden not, fulfilling his promise on letting the people out for petty candy. I think there's still over like 3,000, or I have it somewhere on my phone because I was going to do a report on it, but The number is, it's ridiculous. How many people are still locked up, like just waiting. They're just waiting for whoever to just do the paperwork. And that's crazy to me.
While people profiting, while we walking up in the dispensary getting, or we going to
they're
grows.
Talking about making it Schedule 3 so they can sell it more on the like. Now we're gonna get weed at Fry's? Like that's what you telling me? Schedule 3, I'm gonna go to the damn pharmacy aisle and get me some Kroger brand weed? Like, nah, man, keep it. That too has got me a little bit worried. Like at first when I did, do you know anything about the new descheduling they got on the cannabis?
I heard that they're looking to. I heard all the rumblings. I read some of the articles and stuff like that, and I know they're looking to bring it to Schedule 3. Under Schedule 3, aren't there other like synthetic like drugs and shit, right?
Yeah, but I think it makes it more like it's
accessible.
The same, yeah, like a doc, like you don't have to have like a super doctor's referral, right? You know how like you could go to the dentist and they can say go get you some over the counter ibuprofen type shit.
So they will get rid of, basically.
I think you would have like in my mind, I wouldn't even know, like maybe still have dispensaries for medical and then have that over the counter shit at like.
It'll probably be like some 10% THC.
They really finna be calling Mexico up like, what y'all got over there, man? We need some of that brick. We need some of that brick, man. For real.
Yeah, no, but it needs to change. It needs to evolve. People that are in jail need to get out of jail. People that have shit on their record that aren't allowed to work in the cannabis industry. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop that.
Yeah, that's
Stop
weird
that. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they put it on the line when people were out here, you know, saying it's illegal. They were putting it on the line because at the end of the day, like, I really see it as a spiritual thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like they were doing the right work. Maybe it's illegal according to the government, yes, but now it's legal because now you see that there is a benefit to it, right?
I thought part of the American dream was being an entrepreneur.
I mean, look, bro, like, let's go back to these famous families and shit. A lot of them were fucking, you know, bootlegging, selling liquor, doing all types of shit to get to this prestige that they have now of this long money. It came from doing illegal shit.
Yeah.
Now you look up these families all these famous names that you know, like they did some foul shit to get there, like, and this isn't even foul. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm glad we're coming to an age where we're looking at it differently. Mm-hmm. We're looking at it as medicine. Right. We're looking at it as, you know, an alternative to these painkillers that have turned our nation into a bunch of fiends. You know what I mean?
Zombies, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That part, because I feel like another article, man, regarding this, like, and the native community out here is trying to like outlaw cannabis because
on the reservation?
I believe so. Like something about like get it to where it's illegal for them to have it on the reservation. Like don't get me, I gotta reread the article.
Yeah.
But along the lines is like the native community doesn't want cannabis in the native community because of its addictive properties, and that, you know, like the native community kind of already struggles with alcoholism.
Yeah.
But with my personal experience with the two, alcohol and cannabis, because I was a crazy alcoholic, like bad alcoholic, right? If I didn't have cannabis today, I would probably still be drinking. Like I don't drink at all. Like I don't drink any liquor. I want to get like you. Yeah, I haven't had a drink of liquor in 6 years.
I love that, bro.
You know, and if weed was not around, like I couldn't say that. I couldn't say that today, you know? So like, and this is gonna circle back into like, I feel like the stigma still has a lot of work to be done.
Absolutely.
On being brought down. There's a lot of, never mind, we're not going to take shots at anybody. I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that today. We're trying to kiss. It's a nice Friday. We got good weather out here in AZ. But let's circle back to THC. Herban Cannassieur.
Yeah.
So like, how did that, because it is a cannabis brand, so how did cannabis inspire the Herban Cannassieur?
Yeah, bro. So, look, I started smoking when I was probably not as young as most people. I was probably like, I had a failed experiment when I was like 18 with two of my friends, two female friends. And then I had many fails before I finally got high. Let's just say that. But when I finally did, I realized, like, cause I'm a dare kid, bro. I came up crack era. You know what I mean? They show you them videos, like the rat, like going getting crack and shit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all remember that? They hit the button and the crack just come out, and they just keep hitting it right till they die. So I grew up on that. So they kind of scared you from using any kind of drugs. But when I first used cannabis and got high, I was like, nah, they lied. This shit the feeling was just amazing, right?
Right.
So I continued to use cannabis through my teenage years, throughout my corporate career.
Okay.
And it helped me.
Yeah.
It helped me to see situations different. It helped me to, when I'm looking at a large size sales deal that I'm doing, it helped me to approach it from another angle, you know, to actually persuade somebody to make this purchase.
Right.
Or to show them that there's some kind of value. It had value in my life. I wasn't just smoking and just getting high. Or if I'm angry and I smoke and I look at the situation from somebody else's point of view, I might be like, damn, I fucked up.
Right.
Let me holler at this person and apologize. You know what I mean? So it had so many positive effects on my life. It helped me, I think, excel professionally. And I think it had a lot of therapeutic health benefits that I probably wasn't even thinking about.
Right.
You know, so for me, I want to bring that to people, right? And I wanted to find a way where like the things that I love, I can bring it all together. So I love fashion, bro. I'm from New York. We get fresh. I know you fuck with Ethan. He'd probably tell you. I know he get fresh. Like, that's just what we do. Like, we'll take our last few dollars to step out on some hot shit. You know what I mean?
We almost did that shit today, but I'm like, Vans just dropped some what? I was like, do I want to go broke for a pair of new? Like, nah, I don't.
So yeah, bro. So I just want to bring all the things that I love together, right? So I love cannabis. I love fashion, getting fresh. I like education. You know what I mean? Like, for me, yeah, I love cannabis, but I wanted to find out, like, how long has this shit been around?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of new things are coming out? Like, learning more about terps, you know, learning more about hash from y'all younger cats. Because I was like, I see niggas with that torch. I was like,
yeah, you giving me
giving me crack vibes.
Bro, I'm having, PTSD, my boy. I'm from the 80s.
Yeah, so, you know, just learning about different things like that. And then for me, the big thing is removing the stigma. And I needed to do that for myself. Because I go to all these events and things, or you go to house parties, you go out, and people frown upon cannabis like so hard, bro. It's like, but y'all sitting here getting drunk.
And y'all breaking down that pill right there.
Yeah. Yeah, what y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, so for me, I'm just like, we need to remove that stigma. And I felt like also in my life, I needed a creative outlet. You know, I needed an outlet that's really me. Right? Being in sales and doing what I do, it's a great thing. I'm not gonna complain about it because it's what I asked the universe for. I manifested that.
I condemn you for not complaining about sales because I've never met a salesman that did not complain about sales. They love the money, but they hate the process. And that honestly is the only reason why I haven't, because I mean, in the marketing space, you know, there's a sales side.
You're selling right there.
And there's like the actual creation, the marketing, the consultating, you know, consulting and shit.
Yeah.
So I always kind of thought about doing the sales side because I know how to explain why somebody needs something.
Yeah.
But I'd rather already just have you as my client and tell you why we should spend more money. Like,
that's still selling too.
Yeah.
It's just that, okay, with sales, it's like, it's about people. Like, I like people. Like, I like interactions like this. We sitting here, we chopping it up, we're learning about each other, we building. That's what I like, you know? And so for sales, it's easy for me because I already like the people, right?
Right.
And I'm a listener. So I'm listening to you, I'm asking you questions, I'm generally interested in helping you.
Yeah.
I'm not like a shady salesperson. Like, the way that I come off, like, is the way that I am in sales. Like, I'm generally interested, and I'm generally interested in what is causing you pain, and if I can help solve that. And if I can, I will. And that's it, you know? And the thing is, I think it's stressful for people because that's like it's your livelihood, right? So like, if you don't make a sale, then you ain't. Yeah, but like, I come from a different place, And I have a different mentality than most people. I want you to pay me based on my performance.
Right.
I don't want to show up every day and you just pay me what you think I should get. Like, nah, yo. Give me a number and let me go out there and get that, bring it back to you, break me off my cut, and we good.
That got to be an East Coast thing, because that's the way Ethan works with me, too.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, bro, like, sometimes I just be like, okay, like, what's gonna be the set pay for what's going on? He's like, bro, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Just do good. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I got you, heard, understood. I know what that means. And when it comes time to it, always taken care of. Always taken care of. And I think I like it that way because, like, if it's a set amount, then that's all I'm gonna get every time.
Yeah.
No matter how good my work is, no matter how long I worked on it. But if I put the time into it, I pull up, I show them, and it blows them away, I'm gonna get a little extra than what I expected. You know what I'm saying?
So there you go. And that's what it's all about. Like, for example, yeah, you got many products to sell, but if I find out and I'm a good listener, you trust me, then I could probably get you multiple items that will help you along the way. So I don't have just one sale, I got a big sale.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way for me, I come from a place, I know a lot of people may not, and I'm glad I get to share this story because, like, I know a lot of people may see me like, oh, this nigga is a Corvette, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? But like, that's where I come from. I come from a place where people like are really trying to get it 24/7. They won't sleep till they get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the mentality I come from, and the mentality is, all right, let's run it up, and yeah, I'm gonna shine on you.
Yeah.
That's how I live.
I got it. I went and
like
got
I told
it.
y'all, your boy was walking. I told you earlier, I was walking 5 miles to get a haircut.
Right.
In the heat.
In the heat. Yeah.
Because I didn't have it. So like, now that I got it, I'm gonna do it. Like, but that's the thing. You have to be willing to have that faith in yourself. Like this comes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, building yourself up from within and like really not looking without for some phenomenon to come help you, just knowing like, yo, I got that power within me, that divine power to do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
Having that vision, sticking to it, not listening to these motherfuckers that ain't doing shit, but gonna tell you about what you doing, you know what I mean? And just get after it. Like, look, I told you I'm 41, you think people ain't looking at me like, bro, you're a successful executive, what the fuck you doing? Like, trying to sell weed, clothes, and, you know, educate people on it, but that's what I feel in my heart.
Yeah. Right. No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can't tell me shit, because like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
You know, and I feel like this can help folks. So yeah, from a sales perspective, like, you gotta have a certain mentality that you, first of all, within, you gotta believe that you can get it done. That's why I'm optimistic a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always preaching good vibes because you gotta have that to get those things done, because there's gonna be a lot of no's, negative situations and shit. But if you could stay kind of even, you'll be fine, bro. Think about your life, right?
Right.
And think about all the situations. You're sitting here right now, all the situations you've been through. You're still sitting here with me right now, fine, 100%, you're healthy. Look at you, you got your own podcast, we up here popping, you know, like, look at all the good things that are happening and have happened. Like, yeah, there's storms, but you're going to get through them. Right. So that's why I remain optimistic, because I've seen some shit, you know? And I made it through, you know? And so like, yeah, that's why I was able to smile after that car accident, because I'm like, fuck, shit, your boy was walking at one point, so.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine.
Yeah. At one point, I didn't have a whip to crash. Or a pot to piss in. So whatever it is that you do, I'm not saying sales isn't for everybody.
Right.
Whatever it is that you do, money doesn't have to be the end goal. For me, that's like something that I come from a place like where we just feel like that's the security blanket. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's not what's gonna make you happy. What's gonna make you happy is what's in your heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And following that, you know, and being true to yourself, you know. If you're in a place where people aren't necessarily helping you to further your progress and you just feel like you're being tolerated, you need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, you might need to shake, rattle, and roll real quick.
You know what I mean? So I know I'm all over the place, but it takes a lot of, I feel like people need to, we get a lot, you know, oh, you're, this person is narcissistic, like that's a word we love to use now, right? You know what I mean? And or
got
this
me
and that.
I've been called narcissistic so many
Yeah,
times.
but
and
like,
I'm like, am I even narcissistic, or am I just a nigga that knows in my ability and what the fuck I can do?
So this is the thing. First of all, in our country, we have like this high suicide rate.
Yeah.
Like, people don't believe in themselves and their abilities, and they're not loving themselves. You know what I mean? And we're all so focused on everybody else. What's he doing? Oh, fuck him. He got this. Why I ain't got that?
Yeah.
Like, that's how people really are out here living, and it's taking us down. Like, it's taking our vibrations down as a society. And people are out here taking the most precious thing, like their own life.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't love themselves. Like, these material things, that's exactly what they are. You can acquire them. Like, I'm proof of that.
Yeah.
If you want to acquire material things, you can. But that's not what's going to make you happy. What's going to make you happy is how you feel about yourself inside. And, like, that is going to become a reflection on the outside and a light to other people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I wanted...
Yeah.
Damn, bro, because you really seem like somebody who, even through the most darkest times, just always knew you would be out of those situations,
Absolutely.
right? Even on your toughest, most hardest days where you didn't even want to get out of bed, right? Like, how did you do that? What kept you going? Like, you say, I know a lot of the talk is, I believed in myself, right?
Yeah.
But like, what pushed you and kept you motivating you? Family's one thing, but like let's think about somebody who might not have a family, like somebody to lean on, right? Like, because you came out here new, you have sis and moms, but at the end of the day, you're still a man, you're doing your own thing, right? So like, how did you keep yourself focused?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of introspection, bro, like a lot of meditation.
Okay.
You know, I was lucky to have my dad like kind of start me meditating when I was at a young age. My mom and dad, it's mainly my dad, visualizing things and stuff like that. So just knowing that there's some kind of divine energy, power out here, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, this, that, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, I feel that there's something out there, right? And I always felt like, hey, there's been situations I've been in that have been dire. Like, our parent, like, we moved 10, 15 times in like 2 years, bro. 2-3 years, you know, as a kid. And that's not because we were broke. It was just like mismanagement of finances and shit like that, because my parents wanted to do well for us. They wanted to put us in private schools, and that kind of fucked up a lot of other finances and stuff. But at the same time, those situations when that was going on, you know, and just seeing different things, living with my grandmother and traveling 2 hours back and forth to school, both ways, 4 hours, go to practice, whatever it was, and then come back. Get up in the morning, do it again, you know, from Queens out to New Jersey. Like, I've just been through some shit, you know, as a youngster that most people had roots. They had, you know, oh, I'm gonna go home now, and I got the same friends that I had known for like 15 years. Like, nah, I don't have that. Like, we moved like every 4 or 5 years to a different area because of my mom's job. So like reset. But like just having those experiences, I think, drove me as a grown man, because I had already been through some shit. I'm like, this ain't nothing, you know? Like, now I'm educated, so like I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser. I'm reading, you know, and I think I just have a fire within me to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, shit happened, bro. I went to college. I never finished. I didn't finish because my mom got sick like towards the end of it, and I had to like really take a step back. Literally I have 9 credits left. Just like, oh, you bullshit ass credits. Yeah, but like I had to take a step back from that, and while that was going on, so I know these feelings of seeing people progress and you stuck in your spot. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
You know, I've opened up a journal I had, and I was like, it's a gratitude journal, and that day I was just complaining about how shit was so fucked up. You know what I mean?
The purpose of the journal. But that was your way of letting it out, right?
That's where I was at.
You had to let that out because it would have just festered inside, and you probably would have went the wrong direction instead of the right.
But I think just having positive examples, like my dad was an eternal optimist, you know, so I just have a drive. I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna stop me. Like, I'm always on some forward motion shit.
Yeah.
You know, and to look back now, I see how far I've come because of that, because of the belief in myself, because sometimes I would pace myself. Like Nip says, you see I got, the basketball.
I be looking, I don't know why, I know I should be looking at the camera, but I keep looking over there like he's just watching. He's just watching us right now.
Like Hustle said, bro, like it's a marathon. So sometimes in a marathon, you gotta stop.
Take a breath.
Yeah, bro.
Evaluate the rest of the
Collect
fucking
yourself. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got the medals over there. I ran 4 half marathons. Like you
shit.
have to stop and like really collect yourself. And I think just a combination of that and like realizing at points, like, you know what? Stop being so angry about shit and start being happy. Start being happy for people.
Right.
Seeing their success, being genuinely happy for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when I started to embrace that and started to see myself in a different light and more like positively, I feel like any situation that comes, you can overcome it, bro. I've been through a lot. Like even when I started to have some success, I got shot down on shit or, found myself in certain situations where I literally was like depressed.
Right.
So the more and more situations that you overcome, the stronger and stronger you become. So that's why I feel sorry for people who haven't been through any adversity.
Right.
Because when you haven't, when the first thing hits, then you're like, oh my God, why? Why? Instead of being like, okay, what can I learn from this? How do I get around it? Over it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then how do I not repeat this again? And what's the lesson I'm supposed to learn from this motherfucker? You know what I mean? So you take all that and you keep going, and you just, as you get to these situations and you overcome and you overcome and you overcome, you get stronger, you get stronger. And within you feel like, nah, nothing can stop me out here. And that's the way I feel. Like, yo, this is all new to me. I don't know shit about fucking clothes. I'm learning.
You'd think motherfucker been making clothes for years.
But I know what I like.
Here.
Like, I always been fresh. I know what I like. So, like, let me just at least make myself fresh, and if y'all fuck with it, cool.
And that's why you're thriving.
You know what
bro.
I mean? Like,
that's why you're thriving, because you're not trying to force something new on the market. You literally just like, bro, I'll wear this shit.
Yeah.
You would probably wear it too, right?
Yeah.
Like, look how it looks on me, fool.
Yeah, like we gonna keep it fresh, and then when people see it, I just want to build a community of like-minded people that's like really trying to elevate. Like that's why I say elevate, because I elevated over all that bullshit to like get where I am. I know niggas just see me right now like, how is this dude? You know what I mean? But like, yo, I went through it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if I could be a light for other people and then also give some game, and at least one person takes it and runs with that shit and it helps them, then I did my job.
Well, shit. Right now is right now is your opportunity. Before we wrap this up, what are 3, if you got 3, pieces of advice you'd give to anybody watching right now? And it ain't even got to be specific to anything. Just life advice on how to live the elevated way.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. First I would say, you come first, like, yes, we want to pour out our cup into other people's cups and build people up, but like, you have to have a level of self-care first. You gotta take care of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually. So get out there, get a walk, get a hike, you know what I mean? Meditate, whatever, or pray, whatever you do, like however that's done, do something like that. And then mentally just keep yourself sharp, keep learning, keep growing. You know what I mean? Like you see all the books right there, bro. Like I'm always in some books, learning something, and just keeping my mind sharp. So that would be 1. 2, be of service to others, Like I know I'm out here hawking clothes and shit, but what I'm trying to do, and that we'll get there, is to give back in a way, like give people some game on this cannabis. Like, hey, there's some people out there that's probably scared to try this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like if we could give them some education on how long it's been around, new studies that are being done, different ways it can help medicinally.
Even different ways to consume.
Yeah, even how it can help with PTSD, you know what I mean? Things like that. If we can get people great information, then they can make an informed decision for themselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like giving back is second. Like, give of yourself. Like, I have a lot of young folks, like 20s or stuff, that'll just come and like want to chop it up on some mentorship stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
OG type shit.
Yeah,
like,
and I do that with the utmost happiness, because I wish I had it. Like I did have it from my pops and my uncle, but like I wish I had someone who was more outside of that circle to
Right.
be like, yo, this
Yeah.
is what it is. Like, so I've been able to help a lot of people on their journey. So, and that makes me feel good to see them flourish, you
Yeah.
know? There was a young kid, just a quick story, he came to my crib and he was doing solar, and it's like 110 degrees out. He trying to climb my steps. I was just pulling up in the whip. I'm like, yo, what do you want? Yo, shout out to Ryan, by the way, that's his name. So he pulled up to the crib and he was telling me how he was doing this sales gig, and he was like, this sucks. He's from North Carolina or whatever. I'm just like, bro, I used to sell shit out on the street like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was the worst because everybody's saying no, but that's how you, as a salesperson, that's how you numb yourself to the word no. You got to hear it a bunch of times. You know what I mean? So I was like, look, bro, I get it. I was like, I started like right where you at.
Yeah.
So like I get it, you know, we had a good conversation about it. And then at the end of the summer, he was like one of the top sellers on his team selling solar and shit,
That's
you know?
fire.
And he said that, you know, the conversation that we had kind of helped him a lot.
Just keep
that meant
that.
a lot to me. And like, yo, there's never any chance meetings. Like, I guess we were supposed to meet, we were supposed to have that conversation, and that built him up. And that made me feel like amazing to know that I was able to help this young man. And he probably from that moment, he's gonna learn more stuff from other people and flourish. But to overcome that moment, he got stronger.
Yep. That's fire.
You know what I mean? So giving back to people is another. And the third, I think, would be have a vision for yourself.
Or
a
a
lot
plan,
of people,
right?
yeah, a lot of people just, I feel, are just out here floating. Like, or, you know, and this comes with building yourself up too, because a lot of people won't have a vision for themselves because they don't feel like they can attain that vision.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to start building yourself up from within to start believing like, you know what? I am good at this. I can do this. But yeah, you're going to have to build it brick by brick. You're not just going to come out gangbusters like, oh, shit is lit. Like, nah.
Right. Nah, you're not.
There's going to be some adversity things you got to go through. But, you know, I think that's the next one, like the last one. Have a vision for yourself. Believe in that. Don't let anyone knock you off your square. Stay 10 toes down and just fucking get after that shit and see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean? Because you thinking like a lot of people will tend to think on the negative. Like, how about we think on the positive? Like, what? Y'all thinking like, what if this shit don't work? Nah, what if this shit
if it
works,
does work,
nigga?
motherfucker?
It only
Like-
gotta work once.
Right. That's it. One fucking time. And you over here thinking about the what if it doesn't. Like, no, go out and
Bruh.
get it, bro. You got to go out and get it.
Yep.
Look, this was probably one of the most crucial episodes of the year.
Appreciate it.
So much damn game. Honestly, this is the third episode of the year. So, I'm shit. We going strong right now.
I'm trying to pop back in for some visits and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna pop in. I want to pop in on a gas pass. Like,
Oh, I mean, hey, look, I was thinking about doing some collaborative gas passes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I did bring you this. I know you
Hey.
were thinking we were probably gonna smoke this together.
Yeah.
This is actually for you.
oh my God, I appreciate you.
Just as a token of my appreciation, and then this is kind of my way of saying sorry. That's
Real
how,
one.
That's how a
My
brother
brother.
knows. That's how a brother knows how to speak is cannabis. So
Hey, I appreciate
that
you.
there's some
White
top
women.
tier. Yeah. I didn't even touch it. I only
Ooh,
opened it
it
to
ain't even-
smell it.
yeah.
But that's it, brother. So I appreciate you.
Woo.
Yeah, it's some pressure. It's some pressure. Before we wrap it up, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, man, y'all can follow me at the Herban Cannassieur on Instagram. You can go to theherbancannassieur.com to shop, and yeah, that's it's a mouthful. We're working on trying to maybe get another domain name.
Yeah.
It was a play on words, you know what I mean? Because we knew that it was THC as well, so you little double entendre with the acronym. But
Yeah.
it can be a mouthful. But yes, the Herban Cannassieur. Check us out. Show some love. We'll definitely reciprocate that, man.
And just to help y'all out, we got
Appreciate
the
you.
link right here below. Check it out. Tap that link. Run through the inventory. You know what I'm saying? Get you some swag.
Yeah.
Like as you can see, look, man, we got a little bit of it on right now. But I'm telling you right now, my closet, just based on what bro gave me prior to the show, is starting to look a little THC. So catch up. Don't get lost behind in the wave. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and follow button. That way you can keep up with everything from here moving forward. And we'll catch y'all here on the next one.
The man right here.
Thanks, bro.
Peace,
See ya.
y'all.